Welcome to the Caring for Creatures show, guys. It's Jerry Miller. Mary Birkholz and I are going to put the Caring for Creatures charity and nonprofit in a positive spotlight across Charlottesville and Central Virginia. She is the founder and president for more than 30 years. She has allocated her most precious commodity, her time, to saving the most at-risk animals up and down the East Coast. I can even say maybe across the country.
We've taken animals from long ways away.
Okay, let's go. Let's welcome Mary to the show, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Good to see you.
It's great to see you. We got our Greenberries coffee in front of us.
It's ready to roll.
So why we're doing this is the almond brittle latte. And the almond brittle latte, proceeds from the almond brittle latte going to Caring for Creatures. Tastes pretty good, Mary.
Oh, isn't that good? Yeah, I had to get some today because I have a challenge for all of you out there. I know you know this campaign is going, and it's going to go through March, end of March. And what's behind the campaign are a few animals in need of a lot of help. Dave is a hound we have in the sanctuary right now. He needs some heartworm treatment. We just have another dog that recently came in. He needs heartworm treatment. So we thought, what a better way to help them. And if you guys delight your taste buds with this great latte. But our challenge goal is, in 1 week, between now and next week when I'm here, 45. We'd like to sell at least 45 lattes to go towards Caring for Creatures.
45 lattes in 1 week. That is so doable. That is less than 7 a day.
Yeah, we can do 50 maybe.
And it's good. All right.
45.
The show is yours. Let's start open-ended. What is going on at Caring for Creatures that we should know about?
Okay. Well, at Caring for Creatures, we have any number of animals that we're looking to find homes for. And I decided to pick a few to feature today. One is a group of 6, Star's puppies. And Star, I don't know if y'all remember seeing it on our website or Facebook page, Star and a companion dog, Nick, were brought to the sanctuary late December. Someone had seen a car dump them alongside the road. And she happened to be coming along behind, picked up the dogs, and brought them over to Caring for Creatures. So we, of course, did our thing and got them well and going. But the further we went with Star, she didn't look pregnant at all when she got to us. She was quite thin. But then all of a sudden one day we went, uh-oh. Now we know where all that good food's going to. But February 1st, she had 6 beautiful puppies. And those puppies are going to be available for adoption. They can't leave until the end of March, but soon you can set up some appointments to view them if you'd like. There's 4 females and 2 males. And I can already say to you, we have an application in on at least one of the males, so move quickly if a puppy is in your future right now. So they're absolutely wonderful. We're going to set some specific times for you to see them, only because Mom, Star, is less than welcoming of people she doesn't know. She protects her puppies with a fierce,
My wife does the same thing. She's a mama bear of our son Trey. I totally get it now.
See, So Star hears the door open to the office, and already she's starting. So we'll just make arrangements for her to be on a nice long walk or something when visitors come. But I keep hoping that by the time they're a month old, she'll be a little tired of being a mom and be welcoming the break. But we'll see.
You have some fans. Julian Corrigan, I don't have a question for Mary, but I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Mary for starting something so wonderful. Susan, our friend in Connecticut. I'm watching you in Connecticut. Go, Mary Birkholz,
Susan,
go.
Hi. Want a puppy, Susan? We'll get one up to you.
This is important to emphasize, though. The puppies go quickly. We all know that. Okay. The Caring for Creatures stands for much more than puppies. Caring for Creatures is rescuing the most high-risk animals, the animals that are on the kill list at shelters across the country, across the eastern seaboard and the Commonwealth. Mary is rescuing these animals, and she's bringing them to her sanctuary in Fluvanna County. One of the things I wanted to ask you about is the rehabilitation process before you rehome these animals. How do you do it? What are the strategies and practices that go into it?
All right. Absolutely. The first thing is you got to remember and understand that each animal is an individual. So what we had to do for one animal is not necessarily what we do for the other. But one of the first things we do, of course, is the medical. We evaluate what the needs are. We do the testing for heartworm, Lyme, or Ehrlichia diseases, or leukemia, FIV. All the wormings, parasites are taken care of. We get them on a very healthy diet. I mean, folks, that is huge, 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 huge. These animals, rarely do we have an animal come in robust health. They're all neglected in some format or just have not had regular meals or very poor diets. So many of the medical things, such as skin and what have you, can be addressed through a good, healthy diet. So we do that. If the animal's not spayed or neutered yet, we get that scheduled. And one of the real important things is giving the animal time and space to just sort of
decompress?
Yeah, decompress.
Okay.
We don't know often their history and what they've been through, especially those found alongside the road. For example, when Star and Nick came in, they were literally just shaking with fear. Well, they just got dumped alongside the road, and they didn't understand why. And Star would not even eat her meal that we gave them when they first arrived without seeing that Nick was close by. So that part of it is critical. And in addition to the physical, there are a lot of other aspects you have to look at. There's the emotional, there's the mental, and spiritual ends of the animals. So we like to address all of them. And I have literally seen animals who have been in, especially more of the high kill facilities, and they get transferred out. I have seen animals arrive, and you open the door to the crate, and they're looking around, and their nose is in the air, and some of them I can literally see go, and it's like, okay, I'm cool, this is good. And the real animal comes through, the real dog or the real cat, in a matter of time, depends on each one, but it can be a couple weeks, can be 2 or 3 months. All of a sudden, the layers get peeled away, and who that animal is we become aware of that. And once we have a good feeling for the animal, we try to match the animal to a home that's going to be best for that animal. And we want to match what the humans are looking for, too. So it's a process.
I love it.
I love it.
That's a sizzle reel right there for caring for creatures. Let's call that rehabilitation. Harris Tolber, our director. Emily Allen Gordon from Autumn Trails Veterinary Center. Thank you for watching. Colleen Taylor, thank you for watching. Gilly Garf, thank you for watching. Everett Wilson, thank you kindly for watching. On the Caring for Creatures page, guys, we're live on 7 Facebook pages across the I Love CVille Network. Let's give some love to Erica Yurkus, Chelsea Citron Swift, Julian Corrigan, Dan Barnes, Chris Turner, Bill Granford, and Tim Ryan. If you could do us the favor of liking and sharing the stream, that would mean the absolute world to us. On Mary's page, Pamela Curtis Harrington, thank you for watching the show. Julie Ann Springer Cunningham, thank you for joining us on the show. If you would like to get a part of this program and support Caring for Creatures, we're absolutely happy to feature your message on screen and invite you as a guest on our roundtable discussion. Keep talking to us here. What else are you seeing with CFC? You have so many things going on now. What are some other items that need to be on our radar?
Okay, well, I think, first of all, what we're looking to do is always we're fundraising. Everything is about fundraising. We need to bring in the dollars to operate every month. We have any number of ways that people could assist with the fundraising. You could sponsor one of our great animals every month. You could be a provider and, support the cost of a bag of food or a case of food or a bag of litter every month for us. We're looking for folks who are willing to do off-site events. In fact, we have a couple volunteers we're getting organized that will be at Greenberries this coming week to greet you with one of our animals. So I think, get involved. The volunteers, we absolutely adore our volunteers, and we have some great volunteers, but man, we need more. And one of the fun things that we do is an extreme sleepover. And we have our volunteers, primarily that works for dogs. An extreme sleepover is a temporary time where you take one of our dogs home. It could be snow, it could be a heat wave, it could be a blizzard, and just we get as many animals into homes as we can, and we learn about the animals.
So like a short-term foster parent.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So Susan's got a story that she wants us to talk about. And Susan, I appreciate you sharing your perspective. This story, she says, caring for creatures at Mary Birkholz pulled a statue dog, Megan, from a kill shelter several years ago. When she arrived at Caring for Creatures, she literally bounced out of her crate and was a normal, happy, wagging tail dog immediately. Megan was suddenly no longer a statue dog. Talk to me about that.
Yeah. And she's absolutely right. We've had a couple statue dogs, what we call statue dogs.
What is a statue dog?
A statue dog is a dog that is so filled with terror and fear, they don't move. They just stand like a statue. And but as I have said, there's just, and I'm not taking a lot of credit for it. I think it's all the animals and the humans who visit the sanctuary. There's an energy. It's a rural setting, a natural setting for the animals, so it's peaceful, but there's something about the vibe that some animals, when they get there and they pick up that vibe, they go, oh, cool, I'm safe. I'm okay. And she was one of them. And we had another statue dog, and Susan, I'm sorry, I've forgotten the name of it. You might remember her. But
help us out, Susan.
Come on, it was a black sort of, I don't know, smallish mixed breed dog, but I remember, and I'm not sure if Susan was there at the time, she used to live in Virginia, that we had to cut off pieces of this meat roll that we used as treats for dogs similar to this. And we did it an inch at a time. I placed the little piece of meat roll, 6 inches in front of her nose, and we let her nose do the work. And so she moved forward, she moved forward, she moved forward. And within a period of time, she was actually walking like a real dog on a leash. But it's taking the time for those animals, and they become wonderful animals. Once what's under there is very special, and people who adopt these animals, oh my God, you're getting a special animal.
So you feel, and you know better than anyone, you feel that that folks. That animals that are, at high kill shelters, they sense that they are at this high kill shelter. They know.
Without question. I believe that, without question. And I've only learned some of these through the experience with one shelter we do work with out of the South Carolina, because they try to share with us sometimes their personalities, and mostly dogs, that we bring up from there. And they'll say, well, this is kind of a laid-back, easygoing kind of guy, blah, blah, blah. And the dog gets up to Caring for Creatures, and within 20 minutes, we've got this happy, crazy, running around dog in our arena saying, yay! But what I've said to Susan in the past is, they know. I mean, they may not know in the way we think of it or the way we know it, but if they're in a facility that's very crowded and those folks do the best they can, and they may have, 4 or 6 dogs in a small kennel area, and by George, if somebody starts causing trouble and gets into a fight, often that dog will not be a favorite of rescues, and they get euthanized. So I think on some level the dogs know this. So they just sort of, stay with the flow and try to survive until their break comes.
Susan in Connecticut says Mary is talking about Polly.
Yeah, you're right. She's absolutely right.
We love you, Susan. Thank you.
She's so right. Oh my God, Polly. Polly was a pit bull mix. And he was one that was, when he was down there, he was really quite, I guess, laid back and easygoing. And I swear to God, when he got to the sanctuary and we got him out into our big arena, I think within 15 minutes, he was tugging at the clothes of our staff. He was jumping up on them, and typical things that these young pit bull or lab mixed dogs do. And she goes, "What happened to that dog that was supposed to be laid back?" And I go, "Alrighty then." But we had, and Polly was so into doing that, we had worked with one of our trainers who donates her time, Ashley Morris, and she helped us put together a plan for helping Polly learn how to do things differently. And we had a separate group of folks that were authorized to walk him because consistency is important. So we didn't want 10 different people trying to walk him 10 different ways and work with him. And quite frankly, not a lot of people were willing to go into his pen because he just wanted your attention. And he thought by grabbing at your clothes and your arms that was one way to get it, even though inappropriate. So we worked with him, and he improved. In small steps, he improved. And I don't remember how many years ago now, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, time goes quickly, a couple who had adopted from us previously contacted us, and they were interested in Polly. And we thought, oh, wow. They brought the dog they adopted from us earlier with them, and we introduced Polly. That went well, and we talked to the guy about Polly's tendencies. When he gets excited, and he was cool with that. They used a trainer and planned on taking him through training. Well, now he lives in Pennsylvania with his family, and he passed with flying colors in a training class and is the perfect gentleman.
I love it. I love it. And look, let's do this. Harris Tolber's our director. Diane White, thank you for joining us on the show. And all we're asking, if you want to, in the very immediate moment, in the immediacy, if you want to support Caring for Creatures, like the stream. We're on 7 Facebook channels across the I Love CVille Network. Like and share this stream. Like and share this stream, and then you will put CFC in an even greater spotlight. Diane White's joining us. Matt Toronto in Long Island is joining us. Bob Shada is joining us. We have Meg Taylor joining us in Albemarle County. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Here's what I'd like to do, Harris Tolber, is you have a fantastic photo of the facility. Okay, yeah. The facility. Let's put the facility on screen, and so everyone can see Mary's facility in Fluvanna County, Caring for Creatures facility, and then give you the opportunity to talk about what folks are seeing.
Okay. I believe you're seeing an aerial shot.
We are. Aerial shot, Harris.
Of Caring for Creatures. And you have to envision 30 years ago, if we would have done that aerial shot, there would have been nothing there but fields, okay? So obviously we've made progress over the last 30 years. And the facility consists of numbers of dog pens. We probably have about 28 dog pens in various areas, groupings on the property. The pens are large. The smallest pen I think we have, and just more so an intro or holding pen, is probably 10 by 20. Most of them are, say, 30 by 40. We have some that are 50 by 70. The dogs have dog condos, we call them. They're insulated. They're heated in the winter. They're really quite toasty. We could crawl in there and be with the animals and be perfectly comfortable. They have space to connect with the ground. They're not on cement 24/7. They have room to play, should they choose to do so, and run in with a dog friend. For the kitties, we have 2 separate buildings. We have what is called the Eleanor Frieda Cat Building, and that's a smaller facility that houses our senior cats and 1 room of leukemia-positive cats. The larger building is called the Scratching Post, and gosh, that's now been there close to 13 years. And that facility has 6 rooms for cats. Typically, we average around 20 25 cats would be an extreme high for each room. And we also have another room of leukemia-positive cats and an FIV cat room there. But the cats live community style, so they're not in cages. We do have large cat condos in the rooms for those who need to be isolated, either for observation, possibly they're new to the room, so we do slow introductions, so they stay there where they're safe. The cats have large fenced-in garden patios, we call them, that they can enjoy the fresh air and sunshine and catch bugs and snake now and again and that sort of thing. But and then we have the office building, where we all cram in there, which we're running out of space, quite frankly. So, yeah, it's a good-sized facility. And then we have 2 large arenas. The dogs can run and play in. Lots of trails in the woods for dog walking. So rocking chairs in the cat areas for people to sit and
I love it.
hold the cats.
I love it. Terry Talene at NBC29, thank you for watching now. Carl Brust, thank you for liking the stream. Erica Urukas, I'm messing your name up and I apologize, but Erica, we're grateful. Angela Sidner, thank you for watching us. Gisela Cintron Swift, thank you for watching us right now. If you could like and share the stream, that would mean the world to us. I think one of the elements of the Caring for Creatures Sanctuary that is so different from other shelters is yours is in I'm going to be honest, a country setting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where other sanctuaries are oftentimes in an urban or city setting. And why they are in an urban or city setting is because they're servicing the urban population.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
so with your sanctuary, because you have a palatial area, it helps rehabilitate the animals much faster because they feel a sense of relief, a sense of like stress-free relief.
Exactly.
They have space, they have breathing room. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, that is critical, and which is why we do our best to always try to fit in one of those animals that needs that. And you know, before an animal can go to a family, or at least those that are in that state of mind, you really need for them to just calm down and relax. There are so many things that I am seeing, and this is maybe a little bit off subject, but I'm not sure. In the 30 years I have been here, the last 10 years, 15 years, I am seeing an increase in dogs who have separation anxiety, aggression issues that I didn't see the first 15 years.
Interesting.
I was
Why
there.
do you think that is?
I think the dogs are probably reflecting a little bit of our society's lifestyle,
You know what I think it
our
is?
stress levels.
I think it's the negative ramifications of smartphones.
Yeah.
And I think the human
It's a part of it.
population,
Yeah.
this is an anthropological study right here, and I think the human population is much more sedentary and the human population is much more technology focused, as opposed to when I was growing up, my parents said there are no video games allowed. Get the dog, get outside, play some sports, burn some energy. And when the animals, and I have 2 German Shepherds, when they are exercised and when they are fatigued and tired by me throwing the ball in the backyard to them, their favorite hobby, they are much better behaved animals and much more relaxed, as opposed to when it's raining outside for, say, 4 days straight and I can't get them outside anymore. I think it's a direct correlation to the ubiquitous nature of smartphones.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think while they're a wonderful tool, and I've learned how to use that tool when I need to, my feeling, especially with my personal animals, and I've had a couple of shepherds, and I have a shepherd lab mix right now, I feel their purpose in being with me is to help me learn how to relax, to take some time to smell the roses. I think the animals are so automatically connected to nature, and they benefit from that and the vibes that they get from the natural world. And we humans have our focus so on machines and phones and computers that it's making us sick in some levels, and we're not balanced whole humans.
I know exactly what that's like,
Yeah.
and I struggle with it every day because this right here is my livelihood. But at the same time, this right here keeps us from living in the moment.
Exactly.
Terry Cadell, thank you for watching. Josh Hill, thank you for watching. Eric Saunders at Coppersmiths, he's the restaurateur at Coppersmiths in right past the Greene County line. Mary Blake, thank you for watching, I believe in Redfields right now. Jay Wyatt in Keswick, thank you for watching. If you can like and share the stream, that would mean the world to us. A lot of people watching on the CFC page that I would like to give some props to. Buddy the Basset and Friends. Buddy the Basset and Friends is a Facebook community of Basset Hounds watching. Yep. Angela Tanner Dillon, thank you for watching.
Hi, Angie.
Sophia... I'm going to mess that last name up, but Sophia, I'm truly grateful for you watching right there. Okay. Okay. I like how Mary was talking in the third person right there. Terry Talene says you're a walking saint.
Oh, Terry, you're so sweet.
Terry, she is so sweet.
Yeah.
Terry Talene, thank you so much for watching. Like and share the stream, and it would mean the absolute world to us. How about the exercise piece? You have volunteers committed to going to the sanctuary, to taking the animals out of their penthouse condominium. And let's be honest, guys. Everyone's like, and I get this a lot. So I have German Shepherds, and we weren't. It wasn't until recently that so overnight we put them in their crates. Okay, and their crates are huge, and they loved going into their crates. Okay, recently we said, all right, let's leave them out. Okay, let's leave them outside. Oftentimes I have to travel for work, and I'm out of town. So having the peace of mind of having 2 100-plus pound German Shepherds on the first floor guarding the house offers my family peace of mind.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we're now leaving them out. But where I'm going with this is the crate training and dogs having their own den and their home. Folks are like, oh, I can't believe you're doing this, Jerry. It's the opposite of that.
Oh, yeah. We get that a lot from adopters. And we highly recommend crate training your dog. It doesn't mean they have to be in the crate 24/7. It's not cruel. You're giving them a safe place to rest and be. Some dogs need that. Most dogs will choose to go in there. If you leave the door, I have the same thing at my place. And when I had numerous dogs in my home, I had several crates, and it was like a rush to who could get to the crate first in the evening. I just left the door open.
Right.
And
they choose to go in.
They choose to go in.
Yeah.
So if you have a dog who is comfortable in a crate, then when you need to have them in a crate, it's not stressful.
Thank you.
So I fully support that.
And it's going to make it so much easier, guys, from a housebreaking the dog standpoint.
Yes.
If they're able
Those
to do
of you
this.
who are adopting these puppies.
Yeah. It's Everett Anderson for Pepsi Cola Bottling Company. Thank you for watching. We appreciate your support. Everett Anderson would like to work with you in some capacity. Sandy Van Nostren. My Jessie loves her crate.
Yes.
My Jessie loves her crate.
Yes.
Thank you, Sandy, for doing that. Your phone is blowing up over there, so clearly people are giving you some props over there. How about,
Forgot to shut that off.
That's okay. That's okay. This is your show. You can do whatever you want. Let's talk about some expectations from the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, Thursday at 3 p.m., I want you to pencil that on your calendar. In fact, create an iPhone reminder. Thursday at 3 p.m. is going to be the Caring for Creatures show. I've had the opportunity of getting to know Mary over probably I want to say like a 7-year period of time where she approached us about building her website for her. And in the process of doing this, like Terry Talene has said on this program, typed in the chat box, I've realized that this is literally, and I'm going to embarrass you right now, literally the most caring, like genuine, like willing to give all aspects of her life to others. One of the most, she's a saint.
No, you should ask my staff.
You are.
No,
you are. You truly are. That's why we want to put this nonprofit and this charity in a spotlight. The question I'm going to throw to you is, and then we can go anywhere you want, expectations of what we can expect in the future for Caring for Creature shows, roundtable discussions with influencers.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I have lots of fun things that I want to do. First of all, I have a lot of friends in the rescue world, and I'm hoping that they'll accept an invitation to the show. I want to feature what they're doing. You know, not one group can help all the animals in need. I think when we communicate with each other, we go, oh, any space here, any space there, and everybody's doing what they can. And I want the Central Virginia and then beyond to know the great groups that are here in Central Virginia.
Highlight a few.
Well, in Fluvanna alone, we have Green Dogs Unleashed, we have the Fluvanna SPCA, and we have Peaceful Passings, which is a senior dog rescue. And I've known these people for a while. We work together, help each other out, and try to come up with plans when there's lots of animals in a certain situation that are in need. One thing we recently did was a situation with some kitties in an inappropriate place, and they needed out, and one of the individuals was able to get the kitties out. We agreed to take 4 of them and get them healthy again. They were not in great shape. And now, I'm not exactly sure when, but the next day or two, Green Dogs Unleashed is now taking them. They've been neutered, and they're healthy and really in good shape. And she's going to work on getting them adopted through a local pet store.
That's awesome.
So it takes a community, and I love these people. I love what they do. I love working with them. So I want others to hear about them.
I love it, and I love it because you're of the mindset that if there is more exposure for the other rescue groups out there, then people become more informed of the possibilities out
Absolutely. And I will say to people, if you're looking at people who come and want to adopt, yeah, we would love to adopt you one of our animals. But if we don't think we have the right animal for you, I'll connect you with one of our rescue partners and say, you might go there. Another one, and I apologize for forgetting, is Animal Connection. And they also seem to focus in small dogs, which we don't. So I always send people there who want the little small lap dogs. But the other aspects I'm hoping to cover are things that we have learned over 30 years that people have questions about or people have issues about. One thing in particular I'm looking to have are 2 or 3 different trainers to come here, and we'll pick some subjects that at least we have found are issues with people working with their dogs and helping them get acclimated to their home. So all of you, if you're watching now and you go, I'd like to know this, send us a question, and it'll get on the list for the trainers. Food, as I mentioned earlier, the diet is huge for your animals, huge. And I always encourage people to give the best quality diet their budget can afford. But you have to do some studies. So I'm hoping to get folks in the area who know about food to come in and give some help with that. I want to talk about some alternative approaches to care. Flower essences, homeopathics, animal communication, T-touch, massage.
CBD.
Yeah, and I'm not as up on all of that just yet, but I will be.
Okay.
So, but we find someone who is.
Sure.
But anyway, there's so much information out there. Using the right leash and harness is really helpful to know. So there's so many things that people just don't know about. I'm learning something new every day.
I had so much success with this. I struggle with this. So I've had 3 dogs in my lifetime. One of them we recently put down, and it was her time. And I have come to terms with that. 2 German Shepherds left, Max and Leo, purebreds from brothers from different litters. I struggled with this in the beginning. Initially, I was using the leash that was the retractable leash. Is that called a lead leash?
It's called retractable
leash.
Yeah.
So the retractable leashes, guys, are the ones that come with that big plastic holder that could go, say, 20 feet in length and have a small cord that, if you're not careful, can burn people's legs and significantly hurt them. What I struggled with that is A, it was much more difficult to walk them. B, if I wasn't on point and they had a sprinting start of 20 feet in a 120-pound dog that has a sprinting start of 20 feet, if it goes after a squirrel, will literally rip your shoulder off your body. Yeah, and Leo has almost done that where I thought I dislocated my shoulder. Yeah. Then I made a conversion, or I changed leashes to just a standard cloth leash that's maybe 15 5 feet,
6
feet,
yeah.
6 feet in length.
Yeah.
And he responded, and they responded to it immediately.
Yeah.
And it made walking the dog so much better.
Yeah. And I'm sorry for those of you who really love the retractable leashes. I hate them.
Because they're dangerous?
Yeah, you have no control really over your dog, especially if you're allowing them to go, like you say, the 20 feet that it might offer in length. Perhaps with much smaller breeds, it's not quite as serious.
It's different if you have a 10-pound dog.
Right. It is much different. But you still have to have control of that 10-pound dog.
Right.
You know, you don't want that 10-pound dog racing into the face of a 90-pound dog.
Right.
Because that could be
a dog
trouble.
Fight. Yeah.
Big trouble. So I prefer at Caring for Creatures, what we use collar-wise a lot is what's called a martingale collar. And the reason we use it, it may not be for every dog, but we use it because we get a lot of different dog walkers, a lot of different people. And a regular collar, the martingale collar, does not have a buckle. So you can adjust the size. And then there's this extra loop that you attach your leash to. And if the dog pulls or tends to pull, the collar tightens. It's not a chain. You know, it's probably a 1-inch cotton collar, basically. We do it so dogs don't back out of it. Dogs who get nervous Nelly about a situation or are just quite smart.
Can backstep and wiggle.
They just backstep and boom, the collar comes right
screwed.
over their head and the walker's standing there with the collar.
That's happened to me so many times.
Yeah, it happens. So we do it as a protection to not have the dogs running crazy wild. Or never coming back, for that matter. There is a new harness lead that actually Patty over at Animal Connection turned me on to, which it's a one-piece cotton lead, if you will.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
To keep the burning from happening.
Yeah, and the way you put it on, the dog cannot escape. And it goes around the neck and then behind the front legs. So it's a harness and a lead all in one. So it's just one piece that you're working with. And I have one of those. I use that for one of my dogs. And actually, we have a few at CFC who we have to use that because they're what I call flight risks. They're super smart. You know, they know if they can get out of a regular collar, and it just keeps them secure. And I think the leash, the harness part of it, it's like a wrap almost. Yeah. It's a security.
I use them.
Yeah.
Well, you have to with the big dogs.
Well, yeah, you do. You really do. So there are many things that are out there that can help improve your interactions with your dog. Talk about toys. You know, there's a lot of interesting toys out there to keep your dog's brain moving and active.
Because the last thing you want,
out.
and at least from my experience, the last thing you want is a 130-pound
bored
German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Because a 130-pound bored German Shepherd, and I'm talking from a personal experience, and Billy Koenig, thank you for watching. From Billy Koenig, I'm going to give you some love right here. From Vivi's Cakes and Candy. Love you, Billy. Love you, Billy. A bored German Shepherd is going to start gnawing at your cabinets, and it's going to start doing destruction. Yeah. So my German Shepherds, and really one of the things that I like is having two of them. They, in some ways, like entertain each other.
That's helpful. Yeah. Sometimes, if you have a dog that's dog friendly and can manage two dogs in your life, I always say, "Hey,
I'm
go
not saying
for
I
it."
can manage.
Yeah. Well, sort of manage. There are some dogs who really prefer to be the only dog, so that might not work and may cause more trouble to have an extra dog, but. I feel as though, and I've had a 35-pound border collie that you don't want a bored border collie, let me tell you, and because they will make up their own jobs, and they're never the ones you would choose for them.
Yeah.
No, they're just too intelligent. So you need to give them
exercise,
preoccupy
them.
And teach them things, teach them to do things. And so I just want everyone to be able to learn something through the show. And my hope is to invite some experts out here, and not one way is going to be right for everybody. Sure. It's just collect the information and maybe having a bottle, and I know I'm going off. I get all excited about these things, but having a bottle of rescue remedy in your house could save your dog from going into shock in a certain situation.
I found the CBD works really well.
Do you?
Yeah, and where it works well.
How do you use it? Yeah.
So the time I use it is thunderstorms.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's just so my dog that passed, Tyler Berry, thank you for joining us. Ian McNally, thank you for joining us. Like and share the stream for us, guys. Caring for creatures near and dear to our heart. This lady has spent 30 years of her life saving the most high at-risk animals from kill shelters across the country and bringing them to Central Virginia and Fluvanna County to giving them a second shot at life. If that doesn't mean something to you, then you don't like. I mean, well, she is saving.
You won't like
lives.
this show.
Yeah. Every Thursday at 3 o'clock, we're going to do the show. We're 45 minutes in. It's felt like 5 minutes.
Wow. Yeah.
So here's where I'm going: is thunderstorms. The dog that I just recently had to put down. She was 17 years old. She would literally during thunderstorms climb into the bathtub.
Yeah.
Which is weird that she would climb into the bathtub. She would be trembling. She would shake, but a little of the CBD just calmed her down.
Yep. And we have different levels of what we call storm dogs out at the sanctuary. And I swear to God, when I get the finances to create our first building for dogs, which will be a unique building, I'm going to plan like a bomb shelter where I have lovely setting for storm dogs so they can't hear or sense the storm. But anyway, we have ways of trying to keep them calm. One dog is so horrible with storms that she does have to have a prescription that we use when storms are coming. We have to crate her. We keep a little light on, so when it's evening or dark, they can't see the lightning. We play music. We play music in the inside areas for our dogs. They love it, and it works.
Makes sense.
It works.
It just makes sense. We like them as humans.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't the animals like it? I mean, it just chills them out.
And we disperse not flower essences, essential oils also in the dog areas. And yeah, you can go in a small space where there's, I would guess we probably have a dozen or so dogs in that particular area in their own kennels. And they're just snoozing on their veranda beds, and you could hear a pin drop. Now, that doesn't happen all the time, but once they're settled in, the music's going and the essential oils are being diffused, they're just dreaming away. They're happy as they can be.
I love it. It's the Caring for Creatures show on the I Love CVille Network. Colleen Tyler, thank you for joining us. Tyler Berry, thank you kindly for sharing the stream. Terry Cadell, thank you for sharing the stream. A lot of effort goes into this. All we ask is a like and share. Thursdays at 3 p.m. is going to be the Caring for Creatures show, where for 30 years of her life, she's allocated to a no-kill animal sanctuary in Fluvanna County. It's something I feel absolutely compelled to spotlight. She is a saint. And Thursdays at 3, we will feature the animal world. And it's not just dogs. Cats.
No. I have one quick cat.
Yes, please.
Can I please feature one quick kitty? No, we have more cats in the facility than we do dogs. We have about 150, 55 now. I want to feature a cat by the name of Bandy Louise.
Ooh.
She's pretty fancy, huh? Well, she is fancy if you look at her picture. And she's this beautiful long-haired tortoiseshell coloring. And Bandy came to us back in 2017, April. So she'll have been with us almost 2 years. Her human had to go to an assisted living facility, and there was no one else to take her. So we ended up having a space for her. And she's lovely. She's just the sweetest thing. And I know that she's, going to be 10 years old this year. But you know what? Cats can live to be 20. So she's got a lot of years left. She's pretty much healthy. She has a little bit of an issue with, that's Bandy.
She's on screen now.
Yeah, she's beautiful, isn't she? She's sweet. She's not at our place yet a lap cat, but you know what? I think if she gets in a home, if you're looking for a lap cat, she'd probably be it. I do think of her. You know, the older ones, I just have a special place in my heart for a lot of them, especially when life circumstances had it so she lost her home with her human. But she's adjusted, and
because it was out of her control.
It was nothing that she did.
Yeah,
nothing at all. So Bandy's going to be waiting for someone to come and adopt her.
How can we find them? How can we get involved? How can we adopt animals?
You can go to our website, caringforcreatures.org. Under the Adopt tab, you'll find the adoption applications, one for cat, one for dogs. You can fill it out online, send it out to us. We'll get it. We'll be in touch with you. If there's someone on the website that you've looked at, most of the pictures of our cats and dogs are on the website. Let us know on the application who you're looking at. And there's a lot of questions that we ask. It's not like we're trying to be the Gestapo or anything. It's just we want
You're
to
a
be
matchmaker of animals.
We want to match somebody.
Yeah,
So the more information we have,
the better the match.
The better the match.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And it's overwhelming when people come into the cat buildings because they go, oh my God, I don't know, there's so many. So they rely on us to pick out half a dozen.
And say, this one could be best
based
for you.
on what you've told us. We recommend this, and this.
Love it.
And
Love it.
We had a wonderful couple came in not that long ago, that exact same thing. And they ended up with the one they wanted, but they needed us to guide them, and we did, and they found the perfect one for them. But anyway, fill out the application. We'll help you get through that process. You come and visit, meet the animals one-on-one, and if it's a go, we'll get them ready. We'll give you all their medical stuff and a supply of the food they're used to eating, let you know anything dietary that might be special about them, but most of them aren't. Yeah.
Oh, Mary Birkholz, you killed it. You killed it. You killed it. Well, thank the people for supporting the program. Donna Miller-McGuire, we appreciate the thumbs up. Annie Stables, she says, here's to all you do at CFC. Wonderful work, Mary Birkholz.
Annie. You know, she was with me.
Yes, Annie.
Yeah, she's in Great Britain now.
Annie, you're watching across the pond in England? Oh, my, that is the power of social media. Isn't that amazing?
She adopted 2 of our dogs.
Annie, I miss you. I love you, Annie. Lauren, remember Annie? She was outside and working with her. Yeah. She's amazing.
She is amazing. We miss her, too.
I miss you, Annie. You're great people.
Snatch her back.
Come back, Annie. Come
back. For a visit, anyway.
Ronnie, maybe you can help me. Ronnie, what last name? Lauzie?
Lozier.
Yeah.
Lozier.
Ronnie Lozier shared the stream.
Dang.
Thank you, Ronnie. Mary and I are going to have fun Thursdays at 3 o'clock on the Caring for Creatures show. She is Mary Birkholz. This is what we like for you to do before the show is over. This is the Greenberry's Almond Brittle Latte. Almond Brittle Latte. Mary Birkholz has a goal of buying 45 of these from Greenberry's. The proceeds from the Almond Brittle Latte at Greenberry's and Barracks Road will be donated to Caring for Creatures. Her goal, 45 lattes in a week.
By next Thursday, we want to announce.
By next Thursday, we would like to announce how many were sold. Please. You drink coffee, I drink coffee, she drinks coffee, we all drink coffee. It's the #1 legal drug in America. Buy the Almond Brittle Latte at Greenberry's, and then you will directly be supporting and impacting, I think, one of the best charities in America. We are going to close on this note. This gentleman, and Donna Madison Gillian says, I love CFC.
Hi, Donna.
Donna, thank you. Harris Tolber is our director. I try to close every show by saying, Harris Tolber, what did you learn today? So, Senor Tolber, Western Albemarle's finest, JMU's finest. Harris Tolber, what did you learn today?
You know, Jerry, you all were both talking about how dogs have some storm terror, and it gave me some nostalgia of my own dog growing up. Her name was Hannah. She was a golden retriever, and she passed a few years ago, but she had it, I mean, every 4th of July, as soon as the fireworks started going, I mean, she was in the same little nook in my bedroom, just like huddled in the corner. And I don't think she other than being one of the smaller puppies in her litter, I mean, I don't think she ever really had any type of trauma or anything. So I guess a lot of dogs have that kind of instilled in them or something. Or you know, they have fears just like humans do.
Absolutely,
yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, I thought that was kind of just something I was thinking back on when y'all were talking about that. But you know, I mean, as always, Mary, you know, it's just a pleasure to have you on the show. And
Thank you. It's so much fun to be here. It really
Harris Tolber, dude, crushed it today. And you know why? He's relating firsthand experiences. Harris, I am so proud of you. I am so glad you're on this team. I am grateful for you, Harris Tolbert. I mean that, I mean that, and I mean that, okay? Love when he does that. Mary, you are awesome. I am looking forward to seeing you Thursday at 3 o'clock on the I Love CVille Network, where we will continue to tell the Caring for Creatures story. Guys, this organization needs your help. Caringforcreatures.org. Caringforcreatures.org. $1,000 a day, overhead of $365,000 a year. She is saving the most at-risk, the animals that are on the kill list at shelters across the country. Go to Mary Birkholz and Caring for Creatures. Help, please. Okay? Please help. I'm Jerry Miller for Mary Birkholz and the Caring for Creatures show. We will see you Thursday at 3 p.m. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. And please, ladies and gentlemen, embody the golden rule and please be good to each other.
Yes, thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
It's fun. It goes so fast.
53 minutes, no breaks.
That was fast.
Yeah, look, 3:53.